Hello guys, so in this session we are going to discuss about a unique way of analysis. It's not just about the analysis, but we should be in a position to use this, right? So we'll detailedly see how we can trade off the data, purely data, on a weekly expiry of Nifty. So we are going to only consider Nifty in this session, right? So let's go ahead and see. Before going ahead and seeing the data live, so let's also look at the discussion points for today, right? So yeah, these are all the discussion points. The first step is the identification and tracking of significant positions. That is what is the first thing that we are going to do, right? This we do in multiple ways, right? We have report and we have data from the tool, right? So we'll use both of them for identifying this. Second is we'll be adding these positions to the strategy builder along with the entry price and quantity, right? And also we'll be modifying the side, either long or short, based on market open. We'll not modify this very often, but like when the market opens, maybe we would want to modify it, right? And then after we do this, we see where is the maximum profit area, right? That can give you an idea where the market is headed towards, right? Then also whatever the positions that we are adding to the strategy builder, so we should keep them updating the exit. Like whenever the exit is happening, you should also keep them updating in the strategy builder, right? So this is the idea of it, how we are going to do this entire exercise. So we'll do this entire exercise for the current expiry, which has just gone by today, April 1st, right? So we'll be focusing on this expiry, which is April 1st, right? So now let's start with the first step, which is nothing but identification and tracking of significant positions, right? So for this, what we'll be using is all these things. We'll be using Bhav copy, right, which is from the NSE website, and we'll also be using the O Analytics website for identifying the entry prices and quantity, right? And also we'll be using live Slack alerts for significant positions in intraday market, right? So all of these three things will help you identify the significant positions. Okay, so now let's do this exercise first April, right? For 1st of April. And for this video we are going to do this exercise for all the days up to yesterday, right? Because today's anyways is expired, so we'll not have any relevance doing that, right? So let's start with the previous expiry day, which is 25th of March, right? And do this exercise till 31st of March, right? This is what we are going to do now. So let's go ahead and download the data and see which data I would want, right? So now let's go and check. Fine. So what I'll do, I'll just go to the NSE website, and in here you can find the reports, daily market reports, right? And in here I'll go to the derivative section, and okay, I'll just go to archives, and I have to select from 25th, right? 25th of March. So if you see, this is 25th of March. What I'll be doing, I'll be saving all this data in a separate folder. Okay, the file that I need is this one. You can see FNO Bhav copy CSV, right? So I'll just save this in a separate folder. So I'll just create a separate folder, session. Okay, this is 25th March, and I'll do the same thing for 26th of March, and so on until 31st, right? So I'll just save all of this. After 26th it is 30th, because 29th is holiday. And 31st. Right. Okay. Now I'll go to the folder where all of this data is present. I'll just extract all of these. Okay. Okay. Fine. So now I have all the data which is needed for the analysis, right? So now what we'll do is we'll first check the 25th March, and along this we'll also add simultaneously in the strategy builder, right? So I'll just open that software of strategy builder, which is available for free. You can download online, which is nothing but Options Oracle India plugin, right? So here I'll just give Nifty. Now let me check the 25th March data. Meanwhile the software opens. Yeah, so this is a file of 25th March, which is the monthly expiry day. So on this day I'm looking for the positions which got built up on this day for the coming expiry, which is 1st April, right? So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to filter this entire data only for 1st April, right? Only for 1st April Nifty options. The remaining everything I'm going to delete, right? Just for this analysis purpose. Okay, for that what I have to do is I have to exclude this, and yeah, fine. So I want only the options data. That's why I'm just deleting the futures of the Nifty. Fine. So as you can see, this is the options data of both Nifty and Bank Nifty. I'm just going to leave the data of only Nifty, right? Okay. Fine. So this is what we have for 1st April expiry Nifty options. This is what is the data, complete data that you can see, right? So now what we are going to do is we will add a new column called value, right? And we'll multiply the change in OI column, which is column N, into the settle price, and we'll want to see the value in crores, right? So we'll just divide it by 1 crore, right? So we'll apply that, and we'll just reset the filter. Okay, so now out of this we need top 10 positions. Yeah, so on this day, if you see, these are all the positions that got added with the highest value, right? So in this you can see the top position being this one, 14,300, call, right? And the second top position being 14,400, no, okay, 14,400 call as well, and also 15,000 put. So if you see, these are the top positions: 1, 2, 3, right? So these are the top positions from this day, top 3, right? And also here I usually put at least greater than 10 crores, right? So now what we'll do, we'll add, now we got this strikes information which we got from here, here and here, right? Now what we are going to do is, we are going to check the strikes information from OA Analytics website and add those positions in the strategy builder tool, right? So now let's go to the OA Analytics tool. Fine. Fine. So here what I'm going to do is, I'm going to just give the strikes which we have just seen. Nifty 14,300 call, okay, just submit, and I need for 25th of March because that's where is the first position, okay? So this is what is the prices that you can see on this particular day, right? So now I would want to update these things, right, in the strategy builder. Okay, so now I need calls and I need in the money as well. $14,300 call, right? This is what I'm going to update here, and also I'm going to add one more row of this. One more row because there are two-sided positions over here, right? So now what I'll do, I'll update the quantity here, 234,675 at a price of 206, right? Now the remaining 179,775 at 255. Fine. So this is what is the positions that I have from this strike price. Now let's do one thing, let's add the other strike. So both of these strikes will have the same effect, but we'll try to add this also and see. Okay, 14,400 strike, let's go and check that. So here also we have these things, right? So we are going to add that strike as well, and to be frank, here I have to add a short because it was short in the tool, right? And then we have 14,400 call, which is about 187,875 at a price of 143. Fine. So I'm going to add one more instance of that with short, quantity 1519525, right, and price 204. Fine. So these are the positions of call side. Now also let's look at the put side. So if you remember, it is from 15,000 put is what we have to add, this strike. Fine. This is the 15,000 put. Let's also check the data for 15,000 put. Okay, this one is 15,000 put. Fine. So now here I would want to bring in one point, which is nothing but we'll consider all the positions as short by default, right? Here I have just given it long short, right? So we'll default everything to short. Okay, just a minute. I'll tell you why I am doing this also by the end of this video. So first thing is, any position irrespective of the interpretation over here, we are going to take it as short, right? And then there is a criteria for changing this to long, and that criteria we'll discuss in the upcoming part of this video, right? So now I'm adding 15,000 put, 127,650. Okay, I'm going to add that quantity, 127,650, and price of 593, right? Okay, so now what is the other? Okay, 679. This is about 47,025. So I'm going to add again 47,025 at 680. Fine. So these are all the positions, if you see, right, which have been built up for which are built up for this expiry, which is 1st April, right, and which have been built up on 25th of March, right? You can see 25th of March. These are the significant positions which got created, and we have updated all of the positions with the entry price as well, right? Now if you see the payoff for this all positions, it says that market has to stay at 14,300 for these positions to be profitable at the highest level, right? So at any other place, these positions will not have highest profit. So it has to be at 14,300. So for your information, on 25th of March, the market closed at this level, right? So we'll have a look at what was the price at the closing of this day. Fine. So on 25th of March, this is the 25th. If you see the closing, okay, I have to see the Nifty, and always we will consider spot prices. Okay, so 25th of March, the closing, if you see 325, correct? Do you see the closing 325, right? Now check, okay, 325. These are all the positions, right? So as said, by default we'll give it all of them to be short, right? Now on the next day, so we'll not take any position on the closing of the day. We'll wait for the next day, which is nothing but a Friday, which is 26th of Feb. So what we'll be doing is, based on the market opening, any positions which are in trap, right, we'll convert them to long. So any positions which are in significant trap, we'll convert them to long, correct? That is what we are going to do. So on 26th, if you see, the market closed over here for 14,320. The market opened at 14,546, and it sustained also in the first hour. So we want to also to see if it is selling off or sustaining there. So this is what we want to see, and we only want to see in the first hour, nothing more than that, right? So 26th of March, this is where we opened, correct, 507, and we have sustained there 14,507, and 14,480 was the first hour close, right? So still it is 135 points positive, correct? That means that market is not willing to go down, right? So it could be due to these longs that you are seeing in the call. So how did I say that? Okay, here we have seen some longs in the calls, right? The market is gapping up because of that reason, correct? That's how we need to understand it. Okay, 14300 call. This is not an after the fact analysis. This is how we need to change the side of the put. If you see here, 14300 call, there are 234,000 longs as well at 206 price. But by default, we are considering this as short, but only after market confirming, we are converting this into long, right? So this one we need to convert this and even this into long. And same is the case with 14,400 call, correct? This we are doing only because the market is confirmed. This also, right? So now let's go ahead and do that. This is first day that we are doing. We'll do this in sequence. This is long call. This is long call. This is long call. This is long call. Now if you see the maximum profit potential, it says infinity, right? So this means that the market has to go higher and higher and higher for these positions to be in profit now, correct? This says that on the opening of the market on 26th, which is this one, it is expected to go higher because this position says that, right? This position says that it is profitable if the market goes higher. Now on an intraday basis, we are going to only do this analysis on the last day, which is April 1st, because it will take too much time if I cover every single day, correct? So we'll just move on to the 26th positions because of that reason, right? So on this particular day, it says the market is positive, right? It wants to go higher, correct? Now let's go on to the 26th March positions. 25th, I am just closing it with this note. Okay, now I'll go to 26th March. I'll do the same exercise, sort out the information only for the expiry of 1st April and delete everything else. Correct, fine. So now we have this data for 1st April expiry only of Nifty. So as usual, we are going to compute the value, change in OI into settle price, right? And also we are going to divide by 1 crore. Correct, fine. Reset the filter, top 10, fine. So here we have these positions. The top position that you can see is this one, 20 crores, and you can see 18 crores next and 14 crores, right? These are the top 3 positions that you can see. So we are going to add these 3 into the strategy builder, correct? Okay, fine. So now let's go and do that. Fine. So before that, let's add 14,000 strike. Okay, so we'll just mark the strikes to be sure. 14,000 P, sorry, 14,000 C, 14,500 P, and 15,000 P. This is what we are going to add. So first, let's go and check for the data for 14,000 call. 14,000 call, and this is from 26th of Feb, not 25th, but 26th of Feb, correct? Yeah. So this is what we are going to add. Default we are going to add short, correct? Unless the market gives some confirmation, correct? Fine. $14,000 call. We are going to add this short call and quantity 220, 430, 585, correct? And 133, 275. Going to add one more time. 133, 275 at 535, correct? Yeah. So now we'll add one more position, sorry, two more positions, which is put side, 14,500 put and 15,000 put, right? That is what we need to add. 15,000 put, fine. Fine. So now let's go and check the data for 15,000 put and 14,500 put. Fine. So this is the data for 15,000 put, as you can see. Okay, so we'll add short put of how much? I'm adding default short. If you see, I'm adding all the default to be short, but prices are important here more than anything. 507, correct? 15,000 put we have added, and we'll need to add one more row of the same 15,000 put for a different entry, correct? So we'll change this to short put. 196, 645 at 455 or 456, correct? Yeah, 456. That's what we have added. Now let's move on to 14,500 put. That's what we need to add, the third strike. So this is the straight away we have one quantity, so we are going to add that. Okay, 1195905. $1195505. Okay, okay, we'll be giving price of 171. Fine. So now with this position, this is the updated position, right? And still the view didn't change. If you see, the view is still positive, but the lower and upper break-evens you can see. 14,435 is the lower protection. There is nothing called upper protection because it is profitable on the upside. There's only lower protection, correct? As you can see here. This is as of 26th. Now let's go and check what happened on 27th, correct? Sorry, 26th, then I think the market reopened on 30th, right? So this is the day where these positions got created, and on 30th, as you can see, the market opened big gap up, 222 points in the first 1 hour, and then it continued the journey, right? This is what happened. Then let's focus on 30th March positions now. Let's check the 30th March positions. So now this is updated till 26th, and it shows that the trend is positive, correct? Now let's update here the 30th March positions. Now here there is one important point I need you to know. For deep in the money, right? For deep in the money like this, 14,000 call, 14,000 call, even if we opened a gap up like this, we are not changing this to be long, right? But for the nearby strikes from where the market was previously there, right? So here on 25th March the market was at 14,300. On the gap up we are changing these to be long. That is what you need to note down, right? This one we will do similarly for future cases also, correct? Even on the put side. So this is one thing which you need to note down, or you need to be mindful of, correct? Now let's move on to 30th March positions. This is a standard practice. It is not discretionary or something. It's a standard practice which you can follow, right? Yeah. So now let's move on to 30th March. Okay, now we have the data of 30th March as you see here, value, and the same formula, change in OI into settle price divided by 1 crore, correct? Now apply it, reset the filter and take top 10, correct? Okay, now we have, okay, this one 37 crore, 21 crore and 22 crore. That's it, correct? 1, 2, 3 positions, 3 top positions. Anything more than nearby that or something? No, right? So we take these 3 positions. So we'll add 13,500 call and 14,000 call first. Fine. This is from 30th of March. Let's first take 13,500 call, correct? On 30th of March, correct? These are all the quantity, 13,500 call. Now I'll change this to short and I will add the quantity 143.25 and price to be 1365. Fine. Now I will add one more line of the same position. Short call and 131,400, price 1260. Fine. So yeah, now let's add the other strike, which is 14,000 call. 178, 120 at 778. Right, so one more instance of the same option. Short call of 71 700 at 860, correct? Now $14,310 is the lower protection. That is what is the support for the market, and upside it is not protected anywhere, correct? This is as on 30th. I think there is one more position which we need to consider, which is 15,500 put. Okay, let's go and consider that. Okay, $15,500 put, correct? Short put of, okay, quantity 209,850. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong place. Okay, 651. Fine. So we'll add one more instance of the same put. At 134,775, 750, correct? Fine. This is on 30th of March. Now let's look at the open of, so 30th of March, if you see the positions are still, the support is 14,400, the market is poised to be positive, right? Now if you see on 31st, what happens? The market opens gap down, correct? From 14,865, in the first hour it closes 14,723. So this shouldn't happen normally, right? So if this is happening, that means that there is some position which is opposite added, right, which we are considering wrong. So that's why I'm going to change this to long put, correct? If you see, I've changed this to long put, which is 15,500, and this as well, correct? I've changed this to long put. Now if you see, the protection has gone lower from 14,400, it has gone to 14,031, right? And okay, that's it. Short put, short call, long call. Fine, let me take this out. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Fine. Yeah. Fine. So this is the positions as of 30th March closing, which we have it on open. So now if you see, we didn't check any day for exits of these positions, right? So let's also check that. Okay, before we do that, I think it's better to add all the positions and then do that, right? So we have added till 30th March, and now we are going to add for 31st March. I'm going to take this off, save this, and add for 31st March, and then let's come day by day, one by one, for all the positions, right? So first thing I'm going to do is make this Okay, and symbol FT. Fine. Okay. Don't lose the track, guys. We are just adding positions. We'll revisit all the positions one by one, day by day. Okay, 1 crore. Correct. And we'll add top 10. Fine. And in top 10, what we have only one position, which is like close to 10 crore, not even like fully, but we'll consider this 14,700 call, right? This is the only position from 31st of March which is significant, right? We'll take this, correct? So we'll go and take that. Okay, index call and expiry date Nifty 14,700 call. Submit. We'll take for 31st of March, correct? So this is what we have. This one we'll ignore because it's a negative price. So we'll take this 1071 370 at 109 short side, correct? So we'll take calls and at the money 700 call, correct? We'll take short by default. So what is the quantity? 1071 370, correct? 1071 370, correct? 109. So this is the price. Okay, now let's come one by one. I'll just unmark all the positions. So I've just added all the positions, if you see. Now let's analyze this. Let's come day by day, correct? Fine. Now fine. So now let's go day by day. Fine. Okay, 25th of March. Okay, didn't I save that? Oops, seems like I didn't save that. Fine, but I did, but CSV file. Okay, so now let's refilter that. We'll get the same strikes anyway. Yeah, so 14,300 call, 14,400 call, and 15,000 put, right? These are the three strikes on the first day, which is 25th of March. That's what you see here, the first 6 positions. So we'll make it short call, all of them, because that's how it should be in the beginning. Fine. So up till here, if you see, these are all the positions which got added on 25th of March, correct? Now let's see where the market opened on 26th and what we need to do with respect to the positions side, correct? So from 14,300, as the market opened 14,500, so we'll change this to long. Which ones? The calls, correct? That's what we are going to do, because this is a contra open, right? So you need to adjust only on contra opens, not on any other opens, correct? And for the nearest positions. Fine. So now with this setup, we have the market to be lower protection to be 14,540, right? This is as of end of 25th only. By 25th only we have a support of this much. As you see, we have just changed this by saying the open, right? You could change this at 9:30 itself and you would see the lower protection to be 14,540 to be the support, correct? That day, if you see, except for the open, after opening we have been going higher, correct? And we have closed somewhere around, I think, 520. Yeah, so we closed at 520, correct? So now we'll see if any positions of this has exited on 26th of March, correct? That's what we need to see. Just a minute. I did get some. Okay, I'll just update here, guys. Fine. So now what we are looking for is exits. So as we have discussed, we also have to look for the exits, correct? We usually will get these exits on 14,300 and 14,400 call because the market opened gap up, right? So we'll just check if that happened, correct? So on 26th we didn't see any like big exits on 14,300 call. As you can see here, there's not much exits, as you can see. And let's check 14,400 call. Fine. On 14,400 call there have been exits, as you can see, like continuous exits here, correct? Even from the opening, and even here 100,000 and here 20,000. So if you take 20, 70, 120, we don't take petty ones, we only take the big ones, right? Even 20 is not that high. So 50, 100,000 and consecutive exits I would take rather than all of them. So 100,000 over there, and here about 40, 70, 100,000, 200,000, and here about 100,000, 40, 86 and 100. So total 300,000 exited, right? So we'll have to update that in our position list. So we'll update, okay, we'll eliminate this, and which is 200, and we'll change this to 419, correct? Yeah, fine. So this is what we have on end of 26th of March, correct? Yep. So let's also look at the exit in terms of 871, 716. Fine. So 771. Okay, fine. That's fine. So we have updated that. There are some partial exits which happened, which we updated, correct? Which we updated to be 300,000. Now let's add up 26th positions, which is this short call, this short call, this short put, this short put, correct? Yeah, these three are the positions for 26th of March, correct? Now if you see, the break even shifted higher, 14,400, and 26th still these long calls are there, so that would be same. So still the market is tend to be going higher, correct? So let's see what happened on 27th or the next day. The market opened huge gap up and it went on higher. So let's see if there are any exits on the call side first. So let's look at 14,400 call itself of 30th. Okay, there are 90,000 exits, but that is net. Let's see if any big exits. Okay, So we'll have to take 94 total. There are no big exits that you can see. So 92,000, that's what we can see. So we'll make it 319, right? 319, 525. I'm just approximating it. Nothing really changes because of this. And also let's check at 14,300 call for exits. Correct. Here also we have some 75,000. And on 26th also let's check if there are any exits. No exits, as we already checked before. So 30th there is some 75,000 exit. So we would say that we'll make this 100,000. Correct. Yep. Fine. So this is as of 26th. Correct. 26th. Then on 27th positions we need to add, which are nothing but not 27th. After 26th it is 30th, right? So 30th positions. Correct. Now on this, these are the 30th positions I have added here. On 30th, if you see, the market has moved continuously higher, and on next day we have a contra open. Correct. That means there is a put long that is there. So I'll change this short put to long put, right? Long put. Yeah. Okay, let me check if that is the position. Okay, on adding this it became 15,000. Fine. I mean by adding the positions up till 30th March, right? This became 15,000 suddenly. Correct. Now let's make this long put because of the contra open. Correct. And also let me confirm from the, because I've already done this, compiled this, and top 10 items. This is for 30th March. Okay, for 15,500. Okay, 15,500 is the position, which is nothing but 30th March and 30th March, right? 15,500 and 14,000 call and 13,500 call. So this is two positions, and this is one position. Correct. 13,500 call, 14,000 call, and 15,500 put. These are the 30th March positions. So I need not change this. I need to switch it back, because I have changed this based on 31st March opening. If you see, 31st March we opened negative. That's why I tried to change this, but this is from 26th and not 30th. So I have changed this back to short and changed this back to long, right? So this is long put. No, this is short put. Correct. Yeah. Fine. This is as of 31st March. Okay, fine. So now let's check if any exits happened on 31st March for calls. Correct. So 31st March. Okay, not much. 36,000. 14,400 call. 59,000. Yeah, so this is about 60,000 here in 14,400 call, and in 14,300 call it is about 40,000, right? So we'll adjust both of them. So this will be 60, that means 260, correct? I'm just rounding it off, and here it is like 40, so this will be 60,000, right? Yeah, so I've adjusted this to for the exits, correct? And this is the position as of 31st March end, correct? So it was showing 14,500 is the max profit potential, correct? This is how I calculated it. Now let's see what happened on. Okay, so this was the picture as of 31st March day end. I think I need to add one more position, which is this short call, correct? Okay, I think this is the position as of, fine. Yeah, this is 31st March except this position which needs to add, because all of these positions are 31st March. So I'll just add this. It doesn't change anything even after adding this position. It still shows 14,500, and also upper protection 15,145 and lower protection 13,827. So these are all the past positions up till 31st March, correct? So ignore all this. I've just added this like everyday basis. I've updated and everything, but as of yesterday end it was showing 14,500 to be the max profit point. Now let's come to the main point here, which is nothing but discussion of the action, intraday action today, correct? So now let's do one thing. Let's add one by one position from taking from the alerts, right? This is the alerts of Nifty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add significant positions that got built up at the opening, and then add any other significant positions that are coming, correct? Yeah. Yeah, so this is today's alert, opening alert 9:30. I'm just going to add significant positions, and I'm going to default it to short, correct? I'm not judging anything, but I'll see the probability also during intraday, but here I'm just going to add as short first. So this is a significant, you see 4.26 crore and 5.14. These are the two highest positions. So we'll just add them. 14,800 call and 14,800 put. Right, so I'll just make this short, okay, and I'm going to add the quantities and prices. 802,500 at 53, correct? And 1 million at 50 rupees. Something wrong with the software. At 50, correct? Yeah. So if you see this, just after I added this, the 14,500 point came to 14,700 just by adding these two positions, correct? And this is at 9:30 a.m. correct? So if you see from 9:30 a.m, I'll just take a 15-minute chart now. So this is where we have decided that okay, the market is poised to go till 14,700 based on this position setup, right? And if you see, the market went there, the market went to 14,700, 14,690, and there, so we got a new positions. I'll just scroll it down. So 1.2, 1.6, this is not big positions, as you can see. 1 crore is not like that big. We are looking for something which is like similar to opening these things, right? So we'll just look that. Fine. So now there is one more position which came at here, 14700 call, 799 720, which is 59.54, correct? We'll add this 14700 call, yeah. So what we do is we make this by default it to short, and 799 520 and make it 59, right? Yeah. So if we take the same thing, it is saying 59, so we'll also see the possibility of long here, right? So if we take a long, it is moving to 14800, correct? And this position came at the day's lows. This came at 11 o'clock, where we have seen day lows happening, right? This is where the position came up. So if we just move this to long side, then it's showing 14800 to be the max profit point. And as the market is reversing over here to the upside, this is the next maximum profit potential point, which is 14,800, that you can see here. So this way you can put in the live positions and understand where the market is headed next, right? So this is where if you see in the group today, I have mentioned, okay, 14,800 visit could be there, just because there's one more thing here. So if I remove this position, the profit is 3.17, correct? If I add it as long call, it is 3.68. If I change it to short call, 2.96, correct? So the possibility of long call is more, because the profit potential also is high or increasing if it is a long call. So that's why I added it as considered it as a long call here. So for intraday, you need some kind of judgment and the environment, but always remember the fact that always give first importance to short, and only if you have a valid reason the market is stabilizing there. For example, here it stopped and started stabilizing, and also here the profit potential is more if it is a long call. So if you consider that, the market is headed towards 14,800. So this is how this position has pushed the market towards 14,800, correct? Now let's see if any other positions have come in. So this is the position which we got added, and there's an in the money position here, 14,600 call, which is not of great value, 1.55 crores, correct? And okay, the market moved towards 14,800 call, right? And yeah, so if you see, there are exits of 1 million over here, correct? You can clearly see. So what you do, you go and change that position. You go and eliminate this short call position, because that is completely out, correct? 14,800 call. Still, even if you remove this, nothing changes. 14,800 is still the point, correct? So this is by 120 we made that move, I think. Yeah, by 120 we are already past 14,830, and yep. So after that, we didn't have any significant positions which got added, except this one. If you see this 14,800 put and 850 put, I didn't try to add, but maybe let's try try adding these two. 14,800 put, 800 put and 850 put. That is what is the afterwards fresh positions which came in the same expiry. Okay, let's add those quantities. Default it to short, and also assess the possibility of long. So 549 300 at 28, fine, and 203 180 at 52. Yep. So this doesn't significantly change anything, it's just 14,800 still, right? So yeah, after this, did any positions have come up? No, nothing major. And this one that you see, it's from the next weekly expiry, which is 8th, so it's not like relevant for this. And here there are a lot of exits happening, which you could update in the position list, like long call. If you take this out, so even if after taking this out, these positions are still ensuring 14,800 is protected, correct? So that is how it is. So after that, there is no significant positions, and 14,800 is, after it is taken out, there are no significant positions. So if there is a position, that would give us a new point where the market would reach, correct? The new strike. So from 700 it reached 800, but it was not able to reach 900 by the end of the day. So maybe if we got some new positions, we could have reached there. So this is how I like track these positions and find out the maximum profit potential area, and take a trade for the directional movement towards that strike price, right? So that is what we can do with these analysis. We can just add these positions and prices and change short or long and see how, like, where is the profit possibility, like, so where the profit could increase for these positions and stuff like that, right? So yeah, so this is about this video, and I just hope that I have explained in a clear way. There could be some sort of like confusion, but there are only few simple steps. Just go to the web copy, select top 3 strikes, go to the OI tool, right? Go to the OI tool and add all the positions first as a short side, and only change on a contra trend open, change some positions where the writers are trapped, only change that, don't change anything else, right? And intraday basis, you can change based on what the market is doing and see the different possibility, and understand, okay, where the market could go. So this gives a clear possibility, okay, what if it's a long and what if it's a short. So instead of worrying too much, if you just key in the positions in this tool, it will tell you, okay, if this position is short, then okay, this is the possibility, this is a long, this is a possibility. So based on that, you can guess, okay, if the market can do that or not, right? Yeah, so this is the ultimate objective of this video, to just help you like understand how I have calculated these things, right? Yeah, so that's it about it. Any questions, you can just comment in the comment box, and I will try to address that. And also this payoff graph I'll be posting for the 8th April expiry, which is the next expiry. So today I'll be posting that, today I'll be posting that with the updated positions and payoff, right? So stay tuned for that. Okay guys, then okay, in the future, like, we'll make more videos of this sort. It will be more clear as we go through this frequently, right? So that's all for today guys. Bye.